Right. They told us follow the science, follow the science, follow the science. Now, all of a sudden you're not supposed to follow the science.
Oh, I want Fauci arrested so bad.
John Thune. Did you see what he said today? Or he was on an interview with CNN. You got to find the clip. He was on an interview with CNN and he's saying that we got to listen to the doctors. We can't listen to Donald Trump on this stuff. On the Tylenol.
No.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Yes. It was with Dana Bash or Anderson Cooper. Yep. It was one of those two.
Boom.
I do want to ask about President Trump, along with HHS Secretary RFK Jr. saying this week that pregnant women should limit using Tylenol during pregnancy because of a, quote, very increased risk of autism. And that's a claim that is not grounded in science. How worried are you, sir, that RFK Jr. and the president will actually, with what they said, adversely impact the health of American women and their babies?
Well, I'm obviously very concerned about that. I am a father and a grandfather, and just have, as of about 7 months ago, a newborn grandson. So,
congratulations.
Obviously, thank you. Pregnant moms is something I have a very high level of interest in. And I agree. I think that science ought to guide these discussions, these conversations, and our decision making around our health. There are studies out there that they reference, but again, I think there are an awful lot of people in the medical community who come to a different conclusion about the use of Tylenol. And so I think that, obviously my view is we ought to be very guarded in making broad assertions and make sure that they are well grounded in science and medicine, and where we're taking the consultation, advice of experts in the field, and ensuring that these things are all well documented.
He should at least be a man about it, Mark, and say, screw you, Donald Trump. Be a man. Some of these guys are just little passive-aggressive weenies.
Well, this is the system talking, John. He's like appealing to the sanity of all of the institutions that have already screwed over America. Yeah. America sees you, John Thune. They know that you're hiding behind this mechanism that is corrupt. They know that you have no principles and that there are legitimate reasons to question. And yet, no, don't question. Consume product. Pharmaceutical advertising fills 1/4 of all TV news advertising slots.
Yeah.
You can't believe anything you hear at all.
Yeah.
And I know, like as a parent, I know how the doctors want to shove Motrin and Tylenol down your kids' throats.
Yeah.
And freaking over-the-counter pain medication for kids is like a $5 or $6 billion a year industry.
Yeah, we looked it up yesterday.
Yeah. On your show, this is where we talked about it, and we talked about this too, John.
Yep. When he took, what was it, the day before he became the majority leader, he was taking the money from these pharma companies and their CEOs?
It was definitely before. This is from May 2022.
There you go.
And they refer to donations in February of 2022, which is when he was just the Senate Republican whip, but who was widely seen as the potential successor to Senate's top Republican Mitch McConnell. But what happened is Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla gave $5,800 on February 4th.
Yeah.
Followed by David Ricks, the CEO Eli Lilly, gave $2,900 on February 14th.
Yep.
Gilead CEO Daniel O'Day gave John Thune $5,800. Just another week later, like what the is going on here? Then all of these different lobbying organizations like Pharma and Takeda's Global Portfolio, like just all of these people gave money to John Thune out of nowhere in this 1 month.
You know what Lou Dobbs used to say? He used to say, America's got the best politicians money can buy. And it's true. Yeah. These guys are literally all bought and paid for.
Yeah, and your money goes farther in the Senate, higher return on investment.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Because there's 2 for every state. I don't know, tell people that, as opposed to 15 or 10 or 5 from, members of Congress. Members of Congress are essentially, powerless as an individual unit, unless of course you're Thomas Massey, then you're the alpha of DC. But, ostensibly one single congressman really doesn't have much power. Whereas a senator carries a little bit more weight.
Yeah, well, it's like you rise up through the ranks, you become a senior sitting member on a committee and wield a lot of power.
Yep.
But it's like, no, we put people like Ilhan Omar on our committees. She's on Foreign Affairs and Intelligence Committee, and we had a chance, the Republicans had a chance to kick her off, and 4 of them broke ranks to bail out Corey Mills.
Someone said something interesting. Casino doctor on my chat. Back in the 1980s, they told us to stop taking Tylenol for hangovers. I think mostly everybody did. We did not protest. The first thing I do before I go to bed on a night of drinking is I take 2 or 3 Advils and I go to bed and I wake up good as new in the morning. Now, granted, I'm not pregnant, but it's just an insane world we live in, Mark. It's not like Donald Trump's telling you to do something. He's just advising you to maybe not do it.
Well, it's like we all have to acknowledge that the same government that wants you to take Tylenol all the time for your kids and during pregnancy and have a 72 child vaccine course. And oh, by the way, like pregnant women get vaccines. And oh, by the way, messenger RNA vaccines is the same government that, because of General Mills or whatever, pushed the fact that, you should eat high glycemic index stuff all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? And now we're dealing with chronic diabetes in the country. Like this is the kind of stupidity that John Thune will look you in the eyes and say, you know what? Let's not be too hasty. Let's trust the science.
Right. They told us follow the science, follow the science, follow the science. Now, all of a sudden you're not supposed to follow the science.
I want Fauci arrested so bad.